Alright guys, let's do this. Here we go. It's mythical time, baby. I'm feeling lucky, guys. I'm feeling lucky. Come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Hey guys, Ash here coming at you today, Ray Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video, sending some love, some positive vibes your way today, especially if you need it out there. Hey guys, it's that time of year, or maybe like 2 times per year. It doesn't come along very often, but we have a 2x Primal Shard event right now. I'm sure you guys are already aware. If you opened any Primal Shards, if you had any Primal Shards, let me know if you got anybody juicy, any Mythical Champions in the comments below. My most wanted Mythical is going to be Galathair, but honestly, I feel like most Mythicals in the game are really, really good, so I'll be happy with any. We have a bunch of shards to get to here. Been hoarding for a while, 202 Primal Shards. I say this all the time, but never, ever, ever, ever open a Primal Shard during a non-2x event. It's just too expensive, these damn shards, to be wasting your time on a non-2x event, in my opinion.
Was that necessary?
$100 per charity, to charity, excuse me, per mythical that we summon in today's video. It's been a while since we've given back to Against Malarius. I want to go ahead and go back to my roots here. You can see it on the screen right now. I wanted to cite these again. 625,000 people die each year, and 240 million fall ill from malaria. 70% of them are children under 5, the #1 killer of pregnant women, and it's preventable simply with a $1.40 insecticide mosquito net. So I would compel you guys, if you have it, you know, in the kindness of your hearts, to make even a $1, $2, $5 donation would go a long way. I'll have a link to the Against Malaria in the comments below, or in the description below, excuse me, and the pinned comment while I'm at it. All right, guys, let's do this. Here we go. It's mythical time, baby. I'm feeling lucky, guys. I'm feeling lucky. And, oh, already! Siegfried! Yeah, buddy! I love Siegfried. He went from the worst mythical to arguably one of the best mythical champions. I already have him, but he's going to be empowered, ladies and gentlemen, because this dude is, in my estimation, in my opinion, the best attack-based nuker right now for PvP and arguably PvE. He's got the hard-hitting nuke on the A2. He's got the ultra hard-hitting nuke on the A3. He's filling his turn meter on the A2. He's resetting the cooldown of the A3 if he kills somebody. And then he has kind of the secret skill, which I used to give him crap about, but after they gave him a massive buff, now I'm totally cool with it, right? Because he smacks so hard in the base form. And the only downside to Siegfried is he's not immune to lockout champions like every other mythical is. In other words, the Warlords, the Yumekos, and anybody else that they're Crixias, Likas, Bashers, he can still put his skills on cooldown because he cannot metamorph unless he's the last ally alive. He does have some self-survivability, and he does have a revive on the other forms, so he kind of gives you a second chance at life on your team. I love Siegfried, even though he's a dupe. Super happy about this this pull. $100 to Against Malaria. Hey, we're starting out on the very 4th Primal, first batch. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. All right. I'm also want to keep an eye out for epics that I want to empower in today's video, because I got to be real with you guys. I'm sure some of you guys are probably in the same boat as me too. I had a lot less dupe epics than I thought preceding empowerment. There was not a real big reason to keep them outside of, you know, wanting to build dupes or faction guardians. So I'm looking to get my hands on some of my favorite epic champions so I can fully empower them as well. Nothing really to write home about in that batch, but we got plenty more to go. We get Zelota, not a big fan. Galek, Sentinel, Bloodfeather, not a big fan. Life Taker, Royal Guard, big fan. Let me make myself a little bit smaller here. I'm hogging the whole screen.
You know what? I don't have time for this. I ain't going to jail over you. I will beat your ass.
There we go. There we go. Royal Guard will be empowered. I actually have 2 Royal Guards built on my account. I'm sure a lot of you OGs out there do as well. But this will be exciting to start empowering one of them. I think I have 1 +1 and 1 unempowered Husk. That's huge. I have a +3 Husk. Now I have a fully empowered Husk on my account. I also have 2 Husks built on my account. I would build dupes personally of Husk. you know, I guess it depends on your account and where you're focused on, but I would build dupes of Husk before I would empower personally. Malkith Bloodflock is kind of a newish, he's really cool looking Reviver from Knight's Revenant, kind of one of those Revive 2 random allies, kind of like a Caden type in Knight's Revenant. He's pretty interesting, especially if you're looking for a Knight's Revenant Reviver. All right, here we go. Venom Mage, Empowerment, absolutely. I think that was my first dupe of Venom Mage, so that's a +1. Occult Brawler, Chromac High Peak, meh. Occult Brawler still arguably one of the best poisoners in the game. The OG still has it. I just don't use him anymore. And then we have nothing too exciting in Horde in Ursine, Ice Crusher. There we go. All right, I'm ready for another mythical. Plarium, send it down. Beam him up. Necro Hunter, Knight Errant, meh. Adjudicator, Delore, Lore Keeper, Flesh Terror, Marked, Knight Errant. All right. Another Malkith Bloodflock. I guess I'm going to have a fully empowered Malkith Bloodflock by the end of this video as well, right? Didn't realize he's on a 15x. Here we go. A bunch of rares. Meh. We're looking for that mythical. Come on. Okay. I'll take a legendary. Abyss. I like Abyss. I don't love Abyss, but she can smack, man. If you're unfamiliar with Abyss, all you need to know is she got a strong AoE on the A2 with a decreased defense, right? 100% land rate, 3-turn cooldown when booked. And Divine Wrath is really, it just freaking annihilates. It's really, really hard hitting. Without even reading it, it's just dealing a lot of extra damage, and it's a very, very hard hitting nuke. So I will be empowering my Abyss. All right, next up, we have Siege Hulk. You'll get empowered, big fella. Oh, I love Siege Hulk. I love how Siege Hulk takes up the entire screen, man. Just something about it. Him and Vergamkar, something about the big-bodied champions in this game is like, whoa, CG, what's up, brother?
I can't breathe in here.
How's that ballista doing? You can't even see it. Oh my word. I like Siege Hulk. He's one of my personal faves. Hey, I've got 122 primals ready to go for you guys. Be right back after I make room. All right, guys, we're back at it. Here we go. 112 primals to go. What mythical next? Come on. Come on. It's been a little drought here after we got lucky on the very 4th poll that we had this video. We got a legendary. It's a Lanicus the Chosen. I like Lanicus. A unique ally attacker. She also has the increased duration of all buffs. Oh, another legendary. We got a Karato Fox Hunter. He can actually smack. He's one of the harder hitting spirit affinity nukers out there in the game, along with like a Yannica. He's a companion champion with the Emeko. He's got a stun, a hard hitting AoE on the suppression ward A3. Obviously, Lanicus, Lanicus, as I mentioned, increase the duration of buffs, turn meter fill, and an ally attack for 3 random allies. Still a nice champion, a good ally attacker, can definitely be useful in multiple areas, including, you know, old school clan boss and unkillable teams. Just gotta be careful with that extra turn potential on the A3. All right, I'm not here about legendaries. I'm not even here for the epics. I'm here for the mythicals, and I feel like it's time. Come on, man. All right, Hellfang, Lorne the Cutter, and Kalia. Corpse Collector, not what we're looking for. Come on. Come on, this batch, I can feel it. I can smell the mythical. Who is it? Hellgazer, Slayer. Nah, you're not mythicals. He'll know that. No dice. Shatterbones. Raider. Quargan the Crowned. Dude, come on, man. No, Anax. No. Starting to get that feeling about like, oh my god, this is a lot of shards without a lot of mythicals. Here we go. But it's only a 1% chance. This is why you absolutely hold them for these events, because the chances are so rotten anyway. Rotting Mage. We have a Coffin Smasher, a Canoness, a Pitiless One, a Melga, a Spikehead, an Aox, and Weary and the Silken. Oh, come on, man! Come on! Plarium! Give your least favorite content creator a bone. Throw me a bone! We get Trumbor. We have Deke. Yeah, you're good, Deke, but you're not mythical good. Soulbond. We get Old Gracchus. We get Trumbor. Luthia. She's a reviver now. No. I'm thinking of the other one. I'm thinking of what's-her-face.
You want to go?
All right. Oops. No, I don't want to close the game. I'm not that rage-induced yet. We have 72 to go. Plenty of time for at least 2 mythicals, I would say. Let me pull 2 solos that we have a nice even number, and I'll see you on the flip side for 2 or for 1 more battle. Hey, we got it from a solo! Hey, Androck, we got the lion, baby! Oh, we got the lion. Oh, this is awesome. Androck the Glorious is one of the best Hydra clan boss champions in the game. You guys know him because he got a soft nerf, hard nerf, I don't know, but he has Enfeeble. It can no longer land on bosses, but he's still a tremendous Hydra clan boss champion. Let's just see what he does really quickly here. He has a increased defense on all allies on his A1. He has an AoE, increase the duration of all ally buffs with a heal for each duration that had his buff increased on a 3-turn cooldown. He's got to increase resistance. He's got to strengthen and a continuous heal on all allies. An additional continuous heal on all allies with less than 50% HP. What a great support on his base form. And then on his passive, increases his champion's resistance by 10 for each buff on each ally. Critical hits inflicted by all allies. Fills a turn meter of all allies by 5%. It's a nice little motor that keeps the team going. And then on his Lionheart form, on his A1, he has a decreased defense on all enemies for 1 turn, an AoE decreased resistance, weaken, and enfeeble on a 3-turn cooldown on the A2. If enemies have 50% or less, enfeeble cannot be removed. And then he has a remove all buffs from all enemies, pure damage to each enemy equal to 5% of their max HP for each buff removed. This damage cannot be critical. Also block buffs on all enemies without buffs for 2 turns. On his passive, increases champion's accuracy by 10 for each buff on each enemy. Each critical hit inflicted by allies decrease the turn meter of all enemies by 5%. What do you think of this dude? After the nerf, it is kind of a bummer that Enfeeble doesn't work against all bosses. You can't just neutralize everybody, but I'm still very, very excited, as you can tell by the poll. That's $200 for Against Malaria, and I still have 70 to go. One more Mythical. See you on the flip side. All right, guys, I have not bought any packs of Primals, so I'm going to buy one today just to give us a little bit better of an odds for that third, Mythical. So we're ready to rock here. So I lied. We got 2 rounds coming at you guys. I'm really excited about Androck. Let me know if you have a Lionheart and what you think of them, especially after they changed Enfeeble. I would love to hear from you guys. I know I've been talking to my man DeGreer, top player, and he's been loving him in Hydra. Shout out to DeGreer out there. All right, guys, here we go, here we go, here we go. Nothing too exciting on that last batch. We get Halberdier, we get a Magma Blood, we get a Siegebreaker, Wagonbane, Hellgazer, come on, Flinger and a Grimskin, and a Templar. One more. One little fella by the name of Galathier would be really cool. All right, here we go. Sepulture Sentinel. I'm really super happy, though, about Siegfried as well. I love that guy, man. He's just... Oh, here we go! Here we go! Sorry, I'm sick. I can't party as hard as I want to.
You're doing just fine.
Yeah, you know what? If Galathier was #1, Hierophant Lazarius was #2, baby. Oh, man, this is a game changer for yours truly. That's for sure. I struck gold. I was going to say struck gold. I guess I struck red, purple. Kind of colorblind. Anyway, what does this dude do, and why does everybody after this dude for an arena nuker and just outside the arena too? He's amazing. He's got a shield on the ally with lowest HP on the A1 base form. He's got an AoE with a block debuff on all allies for 2 turns. Decreases the duration of all buffs on all enemies by 2 turns, notably a polymorph proof ability. After attacking, places block buffs on all enemies for 2 turns. Okay, so 3-turn cooldown, really solid. Fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%. Decrease the turn meter of all enemies by 20%. Increase attack and strengthen on all allies. On his passive, at the start of this champion's turn, places a perfect veil and increase accuracy on them for 2 turns. Also, this champion receives 3% less damage for every 750 attack they have. Stacks up to 30%. At the end of this champion's turn, revives a random ally with 50% turn meter. Also plays a perfect veil on that revived ally for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. Well, that's a really good support base. And now look at his other form, one of the best nukers out there in the game, right? Why? Well, let's talk about it. He has a 2-time hitter on his A1. The first hit increases the champion's attack by 3%, stacks 30%. Second hit decreases 3% of the target's, attack or defense, and destroys 3% of the target's max HP. All right, on the A2, attacks all enemies, ignores shield, and increase defense buffs. Before attacking, removes all debuffs from this champion, increases champion's damage by 15% for each debuff removed. If no debuffs are removed from this champion, increases attack damage by 15% for each alive ally instead, On the A3, a Flame Vulcan attacks one enemy 2 times. Will ignore any ally protection, strengthen, and shield buffs, as well as 30% of the target's defense. Before attacking, steals 50% of the target's turn meter. This effect cannot be resisted. At the start of this champion's turn, places an increased attack and an increased crit damage on them for 2 turns. Increase the cooldown of all enemy skills by 2 turns whenever this champion kills an enemy. Woo! Alright, guys. If this champion kills 2 or more enemies in a single attack, this effect will only attack once. Yada, yada, yada. Cannot be resisted. Oh, man. Speeding all battles to boot by 25%. Sorry, that was about an hour and a half to read that kit, but that's a good one, guys. Be right back for the final time. All right, guys, we're back for the grand finale. Let's do this. All right, guys, this time we're really back for the grand finale. All right. Luckily, I had silver available in my clan shop. All right, you need a lot of it. It's 500K per batch of 10 on these primals. It is not cheap. Juliana, Sentinel, Crimson Slayer, Myceliac, Priest, Ornn, Assassin, Marquess, and Cage Breaker. Nothing to write home about there. All right, one more. Am I getting greedy here? I'm pretty satisfied. I'll be real with you guys. Ambassador Lethalin, Kellen the Shrike, and a legendary. It's Abyss again! All right, Abyss, welcome to the squad. And now, Malkaith Bloodflock, you are indeed going to be fully empowered. Abyss, we already spoke about you, so we'll keep it moving. Keep it moving here at the end of the video. Man, double Abyss on the legendaries. Avenger, Wagonbane Delore. Madman, interesting little rare. Pan the Bowhorn, Lady Quillen. Conqueror. A Blood Raid. Oh, awful, awful. I built her in one of my building random champions video. Soul Drinker as well. All right, here we go. We're nearing the home stretch here, guys. The grand finale. Get pumped, Steel Skull. We get Aox the Rememberer again. Elhain, Captain Tamilla. We get a Skull Crusher, a Rector Drath, an Eris, Hospitaller, Harrier's girlfriend. Nah. Come on, come on, come on. Frozen Banshee Sorceress, Flinger. I feel like we're about at, what do we have right now? 15 left. Let's pull 5 solo, and then we'll do the last batch of 10. 1, I did get that mythical earlier from the solo pull. 2, Androck, right? And another epic, it is Thanasil. Meh. 3 more. Thanasil was the man when I started playing, man. He was the man. He's got like the increased defense and the little heal there. I don't know. Not anymore. Not anymore. All right, we have Tiger Soul. We get 1 left. One left before our last batch. And it's an epic. It's Jingle Hunter. All right, here we go. 10 to go. This is it. Can we get 1 more? Fencer? No. Necro Hunter? No. Medicus? Blood Painter? Talia? Beast Wrestler? Karam? And Cage Breaker? And Flinger? And Elhain. Well, there we go, guys. 3 mythicals. Siegfried, Androck, and Lazarius. Hell to the yeah, man. I'm super, super excited about these polls. Let me know again if you pulled anybody in the comments below. That's going to be $300 to Against Malaria. You can see it on the screen right now. Much love. Thank you for watching. And as always, take care, guys.